Hey, it's your CEO, Weekend Gabe, and thanks for watching Weekend at Gabe's. We hope that you enjoyed this latest episode. While you're here, hit the subscribe button and follow us on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
But first, America, it is time to get into the news segment that nobody cares about. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one man who cares, so you don't have to, and his name is Weekend Gabe, and that's why news that only Gabe cares about.
All right, let's get into it. Listen, you know the name Steve Lacy. You may not even know what he looks like me, until I had to Google him earlier today. But he is going to be the musical guest on SNL with host Amy Schumer on November 5th. So that's the best part of his week. But the worst part has been his tour life the last couple weeks on the socials. I really struggle with naming a song by Steve Lacy. Can you name?
Bro, he has the biggest song in the country right now.
I've heard it. I do not know the name of it.
You call yourself a radio personality.
Do you know the name of the song?
Wanted You. It's called Wanted You. It is called I Wish I Knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
I did not know that. My son is a huge fan. He went to go see him during his Chicago show, and he said it was phenomenal. He had a fantastic time. Steve Lacy did not have a bad show in Chicago, but it seems like everywhere else that he stopped through has been quite a disaster.
How would you know he didn't have a bad time in Chicago? Your kid probably wouldn't have told you if he spoke up and Steve Lacy told him to shut the fuck up.
I think that would have been I think he would have been really excited to be told to shut the fuck up by Steve Lacy. I mean, that would have been my highlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, he's been on tour, so let's go to the video and see how tour life for Steve Lacy has been going. Let's check it out. Oh wait, there's what Steve Lacy looks like. That's a wonder.
Can you be quiet? Oh.
Can you say hi to my mom?
Can you be quiet? Oh.
Can you say hi to my mom?
Can you be quiet? Oh.
Yes.
Please. Can I see this camera?
Boom! Touchdown, spike that shit.
Please. Yeah, that's it. Peace.
I can see that one before. That was wild.
And then this week. Look at the smoke. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Let's see a little more. Goddamn smoke. It is so good. It is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculously good.
I didn't see the one where he spikes the foam.
That was fucking huge. Yes.
Wow. I hope he paid for it.
Yeah, there it is. There's Steve Lacy.
Maybe he just what it brings me to a good Boondocks episode where he says, "I didn't understand what made him so mad." No idea. Steve, take a chill pill, man. I don't know what you got to do. Just count to 10 or something, dude.
It's one of those things where, like, no, you shouldn't throw shit on the stage at all. Those are all, like, offenses that should be met with violence. However, spiking someone's phone seems just incredibly mean, in my opinion. Despite him having all like the justification on his side, to me that feels like a little bit much. But
I don't know, man. That was something else.
Well, I mean, you guys as OP Sav, what is the like? Have you guys had a bad experience?
Oh, I don't want to talk about this on air, but I will tell you.
Tour life with OP Sav, you know?
Yeah,
like
that was it was a time. Ask me about Peoria, Illinois. If you're out there watching, ask me about Peoria. Anyways,
all right, pulling up on but shout out to Steve Lacy, man. You need to get off the road and get to SNL studio.
yeah, dog, get a good night's sleep or something. I don't know what's going on.
He's definitely having a bad fucking tour experience, man. But
I hope wherever Steve Lacy's at tonight, he has a good show. That's
hang in there. It could only get better. All right, so Reddit. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever read
Am
Reddit's
I the asshole? Yes, I
Is
have.
it not
I'm
the greatest
familiar with
fucking thread of fuckery?
It's spectacular. It's spectacular. It's top notch.
It is. It's absolutely amazing. All right, I found this today, courtesy of the New York Post, where a woman refused to help her fiance pay the hospital for her his foot bill because homeboy doesn't pay for anything inside the house. He uses all his money for a new apartment. She pays for all the amenities. She pays for the rent. He pays for gadgets and gaming equipment, and then his foot got fucked up, and he demanded that she help pay for his bill. Listen, man, I'm not opposed to this. Saying fuck off. I've been in a situation.
This is the time where you got to take the Steve Lacy approach and then just spike the PS5. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, sell this bitch to pay off your bill.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember early in my relationship with my wife, she collected like 7 parking tickets, and she got the boot, and she was like, they won't take the boot off unless I pay all my tickets. And I had just gotten my tax refund, which was like 2 or 3 racks. And so being that, I liked her and I wanted to remain with her, I was like, the thing to do is to help her out, right?
Yeah.
Like I was like, well, how much is your
How
tickets?
much would you No. I want to talk about the alternate universe here. The alternate timeline in which you're like, damn, that's crazy. But I gotta go work though. Holla at me later when you paid those tickets.
Wait, what was it? How late was I?
Oh, it's a holla at me later when
if I would have ducked out and been like, yo, I don't like.
Yeah, you've just been like, damn, that's crazy. Oh, that must suck for you. I'll see you later for dinner though.
I don't know if I would have felt good about that. Plus, also, her vehicle was how we got around.
It's not about if you would have felt good about it, Gabe, because of course you would have felt bad about it. I'm saying there were 2 options on that road.
I couldn't do it.
Fork in the road. What would your life look like now had you not taken the correct fork?
Man, I would. Man, I don't think I would ever tell that story. But being that I was on the right side of history and I did the good guy thing, I'm like, yo, I came out of pocket with like, I think it was like $1,100 or something like that. And I was like, yo, she's like, oh, I'll pay you back. And she did. But, like, she could have like broke up with me and like eat shit, like you ain't never get this money back. But I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Like $1,100, it's nothing. $2,000.
It's not nothing.
$4. Yeah, like $2,004. You're like $1,100. That's nothing. Like, go ahead. Keep $100 for yourself.
Oh my goodness.
So, but the crazy thing was because with here in city of Chicago, you can't pay. I think you can't pay with like a credit card or someone else's card. You have to pay for it or pay for it in cash. So I ended up having like to pull out like $1,100 in cash to go up and pay for it.
Oh, this is for the
like parking tickets
in the boot.
Yeah.
No, I've seen this before.
Yeah. So you can't like, oh, someone else just run their credit card. They're like, no. Like you either pay for it or come with the cash. And so I ended up like pulling like $1,100, $1,200. I can't remember exactly the number, but it was a lot of fucking cash. And so of course I wasn't feeling comfortable walking,
Yeah, I was about to say walking around with just
like $1,100-$1,200 in your pocket.
Yeah,
that wasn't a good feeling. But but I understand this woman's refusal to say fuck off. Like, I'm not helping. I'm not doing that shit. That's stupid. So I don't know where you lie on the fence on this story. Or if you yourself have ever found yourself in this crossroad.
I'm paying that ticket immediately so I can avoid this whole situation. You get what I'm saying? But as far as the hospital, I ain't going to a hospital again for the rest of my life, bro. I went one time after I turned 26 and started paying for my health insurance. I went and saw somebody about my thumb, bro. $800 later. What the fuck? They just gave me an extra strength Aleve, dog. Like, it wasn't. It was crazy. Yeah, one of the X-rays was $200. I'm like, this little bitty ass X-ray, dog. Like, what are you talking about? Anyways,
right, no, exactly.
I ain't going to the hospital again. Not in 2022. Not in 2023. You won't catch me in that bitch until I am old and need to be in that bitch. And once I check in, I ain't checking out. Somebody else going to have to deal with that bill when it comes, because once I check in, I'm not checking out.
That's understandable. Last winter, we the oldest radioactive, he woke up Christmas Eve with abdominal pain, and so we had to take him to the hospital. And then there's like copays $200 off the rip. And next week we take him to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Yo, I want you guys to go back to the ER to get some X-rays." And I was like, "Yo, like you're fucking wild." But I don't know if there's like, if you go to the hospital within a week with the insurance, they don't run you the copay, because I didn't have to run no copay for the second visit. But that first one, I was like, man. Like,
hey, just keep it on the DL. They might just charge you for that later. You know
I don't know. I don't know if they're like, oh, you were just here like less than a week ago. Like, they ain't gonna. And the plus is for the kids, so it's all good. You know?
Yeah, so. No, they were just overwhelmingly struck with the Christmas spirit. Yeah, I believe. Pull it
like, we ain't gonna fuck your New Year up. Yeah, like, go ahead and get these.
Definitely fuck your New Year up, America. They will do it, and they won't care.
Go ahead, get as many MRIs as you need. Run it. Go ahead. You good, fam. All right. Well, we're going to segue into one of the more wild stories that I've ever seen on news that only Gabe cares about. But apparently, there are people in this world that refuse to bathe. And the dirtiest man in the... Oh, wait. All right. Jumped ahead. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's get to Chingy. Chingy's pissed off for being named the 50th worst rapper from an online... list from a random dude on Twitter. He went on Vlad TV, which is the Narcs, by the way, guys. Don't go on Vlad TV ever.
That's the ops, yeah.
That is definitely the ops. And he definitely said that, like people show him love, and that, despite what this list is, it's invalid because it's subjective. And when you go around, it's 7 billion people in this existence. When you ask each one of these people, who's your favorite rapper, who you like, you're probably going to get a different answer. I've sold over 50 million records worldwide. I still have success.
Here's what I want to say about this, and not to bring everything back to Steve Lacy, but Steve Lacy has the hottest song in the country. The biggest song in the country. You play Steve Lacy in the club, everybody's crying in the club. You play Chingy in the club, it's going up. So that's what I'm saying. Who really winning? Yeah, you're out there on tour, but you look like you're having a bad time. Chingy's at home. Guess what? It's hitting every time. I didn't even have to do anything else other than that. Gabe, let me do it one more time. There it is. You know what I'm saying? Lunch tables across America were impacted by Chingy. Legitimately and literally.
Holiday Inn, I like what you do with right there. That should go hard.
He has the hits. You know how many rappers? Look at Lil Pump is number 6 on this list. We will not hear another Lil Pump song for the rest of our lives, bro. There's not a single song that's going to be enticing enough to listen to. Guess what we're always going to come back to? It's always going to ring off.
I did look at this. I approve of Silk the Shocker as the worst, because he is by far the most awful rapper I've ever heard. Successful rapper that I ever heard. He's gone platinum.
I don't understand the list though, because it's like, does it go from worst ever to like better, or does it go?
No, I don't know.
Like NBA, I'm looking at NBA YoungBoy at 50. Is he the worst ever?
I think,
or is he the best on this list?
He's the best of the worst. I think that's what it is. So
I don't know about.
but
First off, I vehemently disagree with Lil Yachty number 2. If you put Lil Yachty number 2, like second worst rapper of all time,
no,
that's horseshit, bro.
This list got some problems with it, but there are some big losers on here. I'd agree that Silk the Shocker is terrible. I wouldn't even say 6ix9ine is terrible because some of his music is actually okay.
Yeah, we don't fuck with rats though, you know.
No, we don't.
Is
no.
I
mean, I stopped listening as soon as he went to the feds, but whatever. Birdman, not the best, but serviceable. We talked about this. Benzino should be higher. He's terribly awful.
Yeet at 16 is awful, bro. You ask the kids about Yeet.
No, Yeet go hard.
Bro.
Nah,
like,
man.
That's terrible.
Yeet go hard. Chief
Keef at 23, bro. Fuck this list. Nah, move on, dog.
The GOAT?
On,
no.
Dog. I don't want to hear none of this shit, bro. Fucking Lil Uzi is up here right next to Flo Rida. Fuck this dude in his list, dog. Like,
it's like some random fucking list.
This weak ass list, bro. Chingy for life. I might get Chingy tattooed on me. That shit's fucking legendary, dog. Chingy had a better career than half of y'all out there watching this show. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, dog. Bro.
Disturbing the peace for life. That's it. He never had success.
Bow Wow how it had hits, bro. You know, fuck.
Let me hold you down. Yo, that alone should get him off this list.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'd agree. C Murder is trash. St. Lunatics are trash. No, I won't speak ill about the Yin Yang Twins. They give us
I really need to know what the reference point is, because Easy-E being second to last and Lil Yachty being...
That's terrible. No, we're not going to do that. No.
I'm like, what?
And then RZA at 50-47. First off, we're not going to... Second of all, we're not going to do that.
Bro? Like...
You gotta put Manny Fresh 25. Like Manny Fresh doesn't even like really rap. Like
why isn't DJ Khaled on this list? Have you ever heard that DJ Khaled verse? It exists. You should listen. But
I would rather not.
Oh man, it's bad. It's bad. It deserves the number 1 spot on this list.
I mean, Riff Raff. I mean, definitely. I mean, who fucking will Riff Raff?
Ultimately, fuck this list though.
This list.
Moving on.
This is why you don't fucking give any credence to people who just put shit on the internet.
Let me look directly in the camera. America, you better start respecting Chingy. God damn it!
I fuck with Chingy, man.
Respecting Chingy.
I fuck with you.
You know?
All right, let's get to some dirty asses. There you go. World's dirtiest man dies at 34. An Iranian man who hadn't bathed for more than 60 years died this past Sunday at 94, according to some local reports. Let's see, what else is it? He is most notably known for the man's world's dirtiest man for choosing not to wash himself for 6 decades, fearing he would get sick if he ever used soap and water. Fuck. All right. Listen, I've had some streaks where I've gone like maybe 3 days without washing my ass. I'll own that. It's happened. You just had a weekend where you're just not around or you're outdoors and you're like, there's in the shower nearby. Like, it's just going to be what it's going to be. But to go 6 decades.
Why do you admit these things live on air? I just want to know, man. All right, go.
I mean, everyone has like a streak where you're like, bro, like it's like 3 days. You're like, I just haven't hit a shower. And like, I'm home.
I know for a fact I cannot string 10 days in a row. So 365
I never gone that long. No.
I went on a long research trip in the Mongolian desert,
exactly.
And fucking you weren't showering or whatever. But I couldn't. It was a 10-day trip. I couldn't make it all 10 days. By day 6, I was like, let me take this bottle of water and pour it on my head. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
right, exactly. But but yeah, you were in a very unusual circumstance.
But I'm saying like after day 10, I was done. Like there was gonna be no day 11, dog. Like I'm not stringing that together, you know. When I got home, I'm showering everything. I'm getting all this grit off me, dog. Like I can't. Even 3 days is rough for me, dog. Like
man, I'm in the shower like one. I'm a once a day shower. Like I'm gonna touch the water once a day, at least once a day.
I'm in there.
Yeah, but like to go 6 decades. I mean, my man lived in Iran, right? So
to go a single year would be crazy. But you know, like if you were talking to your homie and he was like, "Hey man, I haven't fucking showered in a year," you'd be like, "Get the fuck out." You know what I mean? Like
I would know.
Who are
yeah.
this man's friends? They were just like, yeah, that's fucking Carl. He just he just doesn't bathe, and we love him for it.
Carl's entering into his second year.
Hey,
shower.
maybe he was onto something though. He did not get sick.
How the fuck, right?
All right, I've known a lot of people who have lived shorter lives than that, for sure.
All right, so dude told Tehran Times in 2014 that he lived between a hole in the ground and a brick shack built by townspeople. So my man lived roughly in the fucking ground.
The townspeople dug him a hole so he could live underground because they was tired of his bullshit.
They're like,
it was like, you know what, dog? Just get in the hole, dog. Get in the hole. I don't want to smell it. You don't want to smell it. Get in this fucking hole right now.
They in a term of endearment, they call him Uncle Haji. Uncle Haji. Y'all folks built him a hole, but not a shower. I mean, like, what happened?
No, you don't understand, Gabe. The hole was purely and exclusively for containment. They built him a hole in the same way that you build your money a safe. It's the same muscle there.
Yeah, damn, that shit to me is fucking
This
wild,
is to keep
man.
the stench in, not to fucking do anything else.
That shit is, I just can't wrap my head around that. 60 fucking years. Yeah. Like the advance of technology in 60 years, and you still like have the birth water on your fucking body.
Oh God!
Like, man, I don't know, but rest in peace, man. I assume that you don't have to worry about taking showers ever again. Wherever you went to, there's my man. Look at him, looking rough. All right.
Man, that guy's face is. Oh, thank God we're here.
All right, so we segue into Ye. Listen, there's a lot of shit going on, and we're not going to cover all the shit that you probably.
Is this man wearing a Balenciaga mouth guard? I'm fucking over it. All right, yep.
All right, so this last week he had a hell of a week. Definitely like went fucking bonkers, and the business community, everyone just decided they didn't want to do it anymore. But today, in the last 24 hours, here's what's happened to Ye. Escorted out of Skechers by security when he appeared unannounced, got him out the gate. Today, it was announced that his Donda school abruptly closes until next fall. So fuck those kids. We need a new meme. Instead of MJ, we need Kanye saying fuck these kids. And then Kosha Dillz, a New York Jewish rapper, decided to diss Kanye and put a video out. And then we also learned from CNN today that Kanye wanted to name his 2018 album Ye after Hitler, which didn't happen. And but the deal breaker of it all, drumroll please, is Peloton decided that they are no longer putting Kanye's music on their playlist. So while you're on your $1,000 stationary bike, guess what you can't listen to? Kanye. So, man, I don't know, man. I don't know who's had a worse week than Kanye, man, but some of it's self-inflicted.
A lot of it's self-inflicted.
I'll be generous.
Yeah, I mean, this is just sad. I don't know where you pulled that Kosha Dill fucking thing from. Like anybody gives a shit, but like, okay.
Shout out to Kosha Dillz.
Yeah, whatever.
If you don't know, you don't know. It's fine. You're not gonna be better and worse without knowing that. But I think it's just fucking hilarious. But go ahead.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. First off, fuck Peloton.
Didn't they like kill kids during the pandemic with their equipment?
I don't know what the fuck they were on. I mean, like, dog, you could take a regular bike and buy a $50 stand for that bitch and put a TV in front of it, and that's like pretty much a Peloton.
But do you have a Kanye playlist on there though?
I got all the music. All the music that I like is in my library. So yes, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to ride my stationary bike.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's like the person who had nothing to do with anything decides to be like, yo, I'm gonna join in too because I'm also outraged.
That is the uncool part about Ye's downfall, is that obviously it's just like a bunch of weaklings. It's like when the big kid gets beat up on the playground and then all the weaklings come and kick him, like.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's like, bro, what are we doing?
It's like Red coming in to get his chain after, like he's like, I'm getting my chain back. Like, you
I
didn't
need
do
my
anything.
chain back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's like it's like they just want the headline to say like Kanye. So when people Google Kanye, they're like, "Oh, Peloton."
Oh, there's a lot of that too. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that.
It's not like you had to announce that we're no longer playing Kanye's music.
It's
like,
profitable. The man became so big, it's profitable to talk about him. So that is what it
That's
is.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's move on to the next topic.
So you put your Peloton bike away, Sam. You can't use it anymore.
Yeah, well, that's a shame because I was planning on using it quite a bit.
To run away
said in jest. Fuck Peloton.
All right. No one's safe from Spirit Halloween costumes parody meme. It's a rough day. Let's get to it, man. This has been phenomenal. These clips. I pulled several of them. All right, let's get to it. You can give me the 30-minute phone call.
Blow us up the entire day. Could have been a 15-minute call. Could have been an email. Yes.
Yeah. That's definitely scary. Let's get to the next one. There you go. You can be a man in DC. There you go. Just
that's so funny because that's literally my costume.
Little plaid shirt. There you go.
Put a little American flag pin there, and then I'm gonna be fucking. I don't know.
Steve Bannon. There you go.
I don't even know senators anymore. It's fucking Dick Durbin. That's a fun senator's name.
There you go. You can be a financial podcaster. You know, like the costume comes with strong opinions, a microphone, no shame, and lattes.
The no shame really does it for me on this one, for sure. For sure it does.
Let's see what else we got here. I think Spirit got into the gimmick. They themselves, you can buy the store as a costume.
I can't even read that.
It says a store sign for the abandoned building you take over. The hopes and dreams of everyone whose childhood store you replaced, and the will to exist for only 3 months. There you go. Get yourself a Spirit Halloween costume, being the store.
I'll dress up as a Spirit store. Don't test me.
That'd be fucking dope. I would actually, man. Can I be like the next store that was like also abandoned? And then of course our friend of the show, Tim Barnes.
This is the best one I've seen all week for sure. I love Tim Barnes so much. This is awesome.
I love that he jumped in on this. This was so fucking good. All right. So what are your Halloween plans for next Monday? Are you gonna dress up as anything? Tell us. We're waiting.
My Halloween plans. I gotta be honest with you. They're not my favorite costumes of all time. But they are costumes that I'm gonna roll with. So Saturday night, I'm going out as a food scientist, like a scientist that works exclusively on meat. And my girl is coming as a cow. So that's going to be the couple costume one time. We're going to bust that out. So that should be good. But then we are going to, on the Monday, we are having the Multi-Monday Mixer, which everybody should be invited to. But at the Multi-Monday Mixer, I'm going in my Chris Bryant jersey with a bunch of zombie makeup on. And I'm going as the ghost of Cubs players past.
Oh, look at that! That sounds like an expensive costume with all the throwback jerseys that you may need or not.
No, I got my fake Chinese joint from 2015 that I bought, the Chris Bryant, and that's how I'm gonna roll. So should be good. Should be good. Right, watch this space.
All right, sounds good. We are going as the characters from Goonies. So I'm going to be the Josh Brolin character, Bron.
Nice.
So I already got I even bought the chest expander. If you watch the movie, I got one of those old school metal joints, which actually is fucking tough to pull. I'm not going to lie. I was like, who the fuck would use this shit? So
Josh fucking Brolin, you only Thanos.
I plan to take a picture with it and then throw that shit in the corner. That's all I'm gonna do with that. That fucker is heavy. So I got the whole get up. So that's gonna be and then the kids are gonna be the other characters, and I don't know. The wife is taking care of all that. I'm just showing up. So I got like a $50 worth of clothes to put this shit together. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Well, cool. Everyone out there, be safe out there, and definitely don't eat the razors in your candy. Let's not do that. All right. Last but not least, Listen, man, you were a fan of it at some point. I was a fan of it. Malcolm in the Middle, possible reboots, star Frankie Muniz, 36.
I don't know. Okay, so we should preface this story by a lot of people don't know this, but this is true Weekend Gabe. So Frankie Muniz,
I think Muniz, but it might be some Muniz, but
whatever it is, he got into either some sort of terrible car accident or some terrible bungee jumping extreme sports accident, and he remembers nothing from his childhood. Meaning, as a result, he remembers nothing about Malcolm in the Middle. He has no recollection.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if they do reboot this, I think it's actually a really sweet thing for Bryan Cranston to do. Obviously, a step back for him, and he's among the acting pantheon.
Yeah, exactly.
Greatest actor ever at this point. But to go back and do this so that Frankie Muniz has something to remember about this process would be really cool. But again, my stance is the same as it is with every reboot. Don't do this. But if you're doing it for Frankie, then definitely do it, because at least do like a special or something.
Yeah, I'm cool with this. I don't know how it would pick up in the future or how this would work, but listen, man, there's so many reboots and remakes. I'm like, fuck it, just go for it. At this point,
like, okay, go for it. Here, I'm the only one banging the drum of make some original fucking content, Hollywood. God damn it. There are so many cool stories. Look at what happened with Game of Thrones. That came out of nowhere.
I still haven't watched House of Dragons yet. I want to watch it, but
I'll get around to it. I'm already rewatching the old series. I'm trying to, I'm trying to know everything.
I got on the Game of Thrones like hella late though, so that's the thing too.
Me too. Me too.
But I just haven't get on the House of Thrones. But man, I'm cool with this, man. I liked. I really thought Malcolm in the Middle was super dope because it was also around the same time Bernie Mac show was on. So Fox had like a really crazy Friday lineup of comedy shit. So
that was one of the few American shows that we got on regular TV in the UK, and we would watch it a lot. It was a huge section. That and Everybody Hates Chris were like really our go-tos.
Yeah, I find it ironic that the lead in Everyone Hates Chris is now doing another reality show based show.
Yeah, that's great too. Shout out to him. He deserves all the Emmys because he's doing it, man.
He's killing it. All right, man. So that's gonna be our news that only Gabe cares about on this October 27th, 2022. Wrap this bad boy up. There's Frankie Muniz.
Yes, Frankie Muniz. You know what it is. That was news that only Gabe cares about.
Thanks for watching this latest episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more, click on any of the episodes swirling around my head. And also, don't forget to follow us on the socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.